laners, but also the jungle influence. You got beishang and Kanavi, two of... I think Kanavi's definitely had a slower start towards this tournament, but beishang has just gone from strength to strength to strength. He's really kind of coming into his own, I feel.
Oh, beishang has...
But the Graves locked in as well means we aren't going to see the Renekton in that mid lane either for the side of JDG, but overall, no.
These two players and how the bot lanes are going to be relatively non-interactive early on, we're going to get that spicy match. The 4-man clash decide most of the early game.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the Rift for Game 1, the blind pick of this best of 5, the final semi-final. As we see who will be going up against top esports. Will be a three-peat in 2020. Will we see 3 best of 5 in the tournament so far? Like, from what we've seen overall, these guys have been the 2 best supports 100%. And we can see with Jiumeng trying to go in on top of LokeN. The cleanse has to be used immediately.
Going for boots and 4 pots is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I was actually just about... Oh, flash in! Xenoblade lands, but he's not able to get the stun just about. He's going to be ticking down. First blood will go over to the side of JDG. Leona will fall to the Alistar. LokeN has got nowhere to go, and he's definitely not got a paddle, and beishang will pick up that one. So overall, 2 for 1 in favor of TWE. Is going to be able to try and start up this Mountain Drake, but it is very wary. They don't have full knowledge as to where the enemy jungler is, but they know that they are in a 3v2 right now, this very moment. Jiumeng tumbles away as they get the teleport coming in now as well. That's going to be the top laner joining in here for Team WE. They are able to finally take down Jiumeng, but they trade it back 1 for 1. There is an Azir popping down. He has got the Emperor's Divide. Will not need it.
Also have to note that Breathe loses out massively in the top side. He has to spend both summoners just to get killed in the bot lane, so definitely not a great start.
Not a great one. beishang just sitting in the kind of pit right now, making a nuisance of himself. Should not be able to realistically steal this dragon, as there's just too much single target CC and damage on the side of JDG, so Mountain Drake does...
Now, typically it has been the tank one throughout this entire tournament, but Zoom isn't about that life. He's all about the deeps.
Oh, speaking of the deeps, there's the explosive cast. The Dominus has been popped here, and there is nowhere to go here for that Crocodile. He's going to be turned into another pair of Ender once again.
Well, they've always have been, for that matter, but let's see if she can get out of this one.
Oh, nice little Shurima shuffle. Not able to pick up the kill on the beishang. It looked very, very pretty there. LvMao. So right now, you can see what Missing has got his flash available, and he has full knowledge of exactly who is here. They're going to jump straight onto Kanavi, who's forced to flash away. LvMao gets the Xenoblade in, but that is Kanavi dead. The Graves are both down, so both junglers are dead. TP comes in from either side, and now both sides, it's a 4v4, but they're kind of swapped ends right now. No paddle star hits for Shanks. That could have been big damage, but it doesn't really connect. There's the final curtain call coming in. Final hour
Shanks
still
is
available.
Actually taking tower shots here. Wow,
yeah,
very difficult retreat.
I was about to say, explosive cast is available here. They do land it, but there's not enough there to really dissuade anybody. And it is JDG to come out with.
It was such a baller play from xiye. He goes into the enemy backline, scoops everyone in, and locks them in a very unfavorable position. Forces the teleport out from Breathe. That was just so smart on so many levels. They definitely
pressure. They actually are the ones who lose out on this Drake, so they're not able to continue the stacking, as it was Kanavi who decided to go towards that top side, try and catch up in the CS advantage that he had. I don't really know about that one from JDG. Felt like they were a little bit greedy for the waves, and kind of
here. And I just want to point out something that's very interesting in the top lane. We do see the Ionian Boots of Lucidity coming out from Zoom. So he's really prioritizing that one-shot combo that he can throw out multiple times. You do get the Summoner cooldown.
In these turrets, they got a bit of standing gold available to them. They are posturing aggressively towards the enemy side of the jungle. Gale Force used defensively as beishang is going to be sniped out. Really good shot there from LokeN. And
they their bread and butter.
And now I'm hungry for some toast. We walk over, and Shanks, we talked about that vision control. They will not be able to pick him up. He had the heal. Explosive cast does it. That opens up this bot side jungle, gives them access to this dragon. Unfortunately for JDG, it is only their second. But do WE look for the fight after this? Flash comes in from LvMao. He misses the Xenoblade, and the TP is here to follow. They have got the damage down, forcing the flash away from Kanavi, and the rest of the fight is here. Emperor's Divide, Cleanse is there. as everything's just kind of getting very, very low. But Jiumeng's feeling himself. Jiumeng's going very, very deep into enemy territory. He's got those tumbles. He's got the final hour, and he gets the double kill. Jiumeng finally coming out trumps for his team. Yes, they lose the dragon, but they gain so much gold.
That was insane from Jiumeng. He goes up, punish them.
As well, like, you look at that, call from LvMao. As I say that, though, JDG going with the cheeky Baron play straight off of this one now, but can they get out with these Baron buffs? There's no real HP bars left on top of them. Zoom just trying to keep everyone away. They've got some people with dashes, some people with flashes, and everyone gets out.
We're actually in the lead now.
There are actually, now it's not a huge lead, but now Zoom needs to be a little bit careful. That Trouble Bubble does not land, but Missing is here. He gets knocked back a little bit. The explosive cast is there as well, but he is to fall. That is going to be a quick kill, but while that is all happening, top lane is being pushed.
That's definitely a favorable trade for JD Gaming. It's a 2-for-1 tower trade. Kill doesn't really matter that much. Wasn't really a bounty on Zoom anyway, so they should be pretty satisfied with this one. I think it's, it's just...
xiye, though, taking a huge chunk onto his health bar is definitely going to dissuade them from going for any crazy engages. As LvMao does land the Zenith Blade, the collateral damage has to come out there from beishang. Breathe has got the dominance pop, but he is not that tanky, as you said, a lot of burst damage when he's the only one they have to isolate on top of. Curtain Call comes in just to pepper down the health bars, and again, we've kind of seen WE being corks away from their own side of the jungle. It's a 4v5, still some good ultimates available for Team WE. There is the Unstoppable Will being brought out. LvMao goes down. That's Jiumeng picking that one up. 4v3, WE being pushed away from the dragon as they just try and circle
the map, and Renekton poking in. But you have to remember, this Renekton is itemizing against AP Gragas. He can't really do much against double lethality AD carries that are going to pepper him at the start of the fight. So, not exactly roll the opponent's team just front to back.
Missing is here. He's going to find Kanavi straight off the bat, knock him back, get the stun down as fast as he possibly can. The flashes are in. Explosive cast is down as Kanavi is taken out by Jiumeng. This Vayne really starting to do some damage here. The Zenith Blade does miss. They don't really have a huge amount of lockdown as of yet. And that is going to be the curtain call just to try and see if they can catch out. Breathe! There's the execute! The Chinese sniper that is LokeN. Missing was on the backside as well in no man's land. And what's angle towards this bot side of the river, trying to establish some kind of vision control. As I say that, Missing. What? Where?
Works on the map. That's definitely a pretty interesting play. Miscommunication most likely, but can WE get away from this mistake?
Oh, Jiumeng. Actually, it's beishang who gets caught out. They all just pile on top of him, and that is going to be Ocean's side of JDG and WE. Just off of one small mistake. Like I said, an inch feels like a mile, and you lose one player, then you lose another, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, that was such a weird move. We're actually going to get the replay right here. Missing looking for a flank behind enemy lines is what caused all of this.
Oh, he just gets caught. There's nowhere for him to go. And that is just, yeah, he just straight up gets caught. There's nowhere for him to be and nowhere to go. And as we're having a quick look at that, we are going to see Missing jumping in again, trying to see if he can do as much as he possibly can. Good poke onto xiye. Missing will just keep himself alive barely. Never mind, Kanavi's able to pick up that kill. Clear these waves. You don't really have the wave clear with the very, very short range of Vayne. 6, 1, and 5 on the Jhin. And just kind of... Ooh, double graves. Missing has now found Kanavi in between turrets, and Kanavi might have overstepped himself just a little bit. There's the condemn. Actually, haven't seen that pretty much utilized at all game, but Kanavi was enough of a distraction for that base to be cracked open in the mid lane. Jump in, 3-man pulverizes. Beautiful. Zoom has to go golden to keep himself alive, but Jiumeng and beishang have all the auto attacks. The tumbles are there. The flash has to be expended by LvMao. LokeN has got his flash available to him. This is the moment for Team WE. This is the moment for beishang. Jiumeng perfectly flashes over the wall, and Team WE have routed JDG. Perfect team fight for them there. However, they have got the extra damage. Shanks has to flash away. Missing thinks better
in position. He was either picked off at the start of the fight, or he just wasn't really present. So if they had their
LvMao.
formation correct.
LvMao goes in, another 3-man pulverize on top of the side of JDG. There is the Emperor's Divide to try and keep everybody away, but there is coming in with the Renekton. They kill off the Leona. Renekton forced to flash over to the Dragon Pit. Another 1-for-0. LokeN keeping himself alive by using those honey fruits, and they should be able to back themselves away. There's the curtain call coming in. Breathe. You need to back away, buddy. You need to walk away, and there's just a ward. There's a ward on top of you. And LokeN, again, saving Renekton.
Damage onto the ward. Oh, God, that was so sad.
Missing is behind enemy lines, so they should have vision of him, though.
Adc Gaming do have everything, so they can deny one area, one flank that W wants to come in on. In fact, they're going to go on the offensive.
xiye needs to be so careful. He gets all knocked down to about half HP. They have got beishang in the pit. He does not steal it. That's Elder Drake, and you got to feel like that's all you need if you're JDG. Jiumeng has to run away, but they've got it peppered around. They're going to try and jump in with Missing. They're going to try and get the damage down, but it's so difficult. xiye does fall, so does the Leona. It's a 2-for-1 trade. It's a 3-for-1 trade, but there's just too much damage. Jiumeng jumps in. Jiumeng's popping off. Jiumeng, it's 1v2. He has to try and go for this. Zoom is going for it. He will kill him, but enough. It's a 5-for-4 trade. It's ONF, but that's all you need if you're JDG.
It still wasn't enough. That Elder Drake is just too damn powerful. Gets the execute onto Jiumeng, and that has to be a heartbreaking loss for him. Honestly, I felt like JD Gaming were so close in this game. This game, frankly, was about that double Leandri's cheese.
Yep.
That was the play that got them in the driver's seat so early on in the game. And if you're not aware of that trick, JD Gaming are going to pull the wool string. However, I will say that I don't think their pressure in the mid lane really translated well in the early game, and also they didn't get any kills out of this Renekton lane that you typically want to snowball with